VeVe Drop Day Preview. It's the Ecto-1. Let's talk strategy. What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And we are ready for a first of its kind, a drop day from VeVe on a Saturday morning. All right, so this is my first drop day preview for quite some time.
Woo!
Before I took my little hiatus when I was frustrated and did not know how I was going to play this game after I racked up over $12,000 of money flipping these things, which completely paid for my entire VeVe NFT crypto bag of 336 items.
Yay!
Yes, I have 336. Now, I had about 300 at the time that I had flipped everything, and that was my break-even point. I've been spending a little bit of money ever since then. I've added about 36 out of pocket, and now I'm back into flipping, and I'm changing the strategy because I have to come up with a new way to crank money out of this thing while also fattening my bags for the long term, for the collection, because the times have changed. So we're going to talk about some of that on this Ghostbusters Ecto-1 drop, and stay tuned because pretty soon I'm going to give you the full details on my new strategy, bit by bit, step by step, of what I'm doing to not only fatten the collection, but to make money doing this thing. Because, hey, the kids need shoes and I got bills to pay. So please don't be offended because I'm making money flipping these birds all over the interwebs. I got to have the cash, but I'm playing the game that works best for me. All right, so let's just jump over here and pull up the information from the Medium website. Here we go, Ghostbusters 1 Ecto. So this is going to be cool. It is similar to the DeLorean drop because we have a static version, we have a small 1:6 scale version, and we have a full interactive version, just like we did with the DeLorean drop. But the numbers are different. So we need to decide what the strategy will be before we move into this, and we need to think about what the value of these things will be after the drop is done. Will it be like the DeLorean drop where the value is super high and then crashes down over time with the 1:6 commons being less than retail months after the drop? Or will it be like the Ghost Trap that is pulling 700, 800, 900 gems on the market long after the drop? It might be somewhere in between, and that's because the numbers are different. So let's just scroll on down. There is our classic Cadillac, and the drop happens at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is 10 a.m. here in the middle of the USA in the state of Missouri, where I am in the capital city, Jefferson City. So here's our little spill about this item, about the vehicle and the history, which I think this is just as cool as the DeLorean. It might be even cooler because it has more history. It's a classic car. It's a classic Cadillac. And they talk about the individuals that were into the movie. Here are the parapsychologists: Peter Venkman, Raymond Stantz, and Egon Spangler. I'm definitely one that this was back in my time. I love the Ghostbusters. I love the movie that dates back to what, high school, or maybe I think it was high school when the movies came out. So this one is definitely what's the word? Nostalgic. Yeah, that's it. Nostalgic for me. All right, so let's just start right on out with the first one. Here is the 1:6 interactive. And of course, that means you can't scale it up greater than a certain size. It stays small. It's a first appearance. It's an FA. That's cool. This is always good. So that means that it could carry some value, maybe. And the list price is only 40 gems. Now, on the DeLorean drop, the list price was, I believe, $29.99, wasn't it? Was that what it was? I can't remember. We have 9,999 editions. That's less than the DeLorean. I believe the common was 16,800. So that means that this could be more valuable Maybe it will hang out where we only have a brief period of time where it's for sale on the market less than what the retail value is for the people who loaded up and got too many. I'm thinking you will have a chance to go after this at less than the retail amount on the market, I think, because this is a nice high number, 9,999. So there we have it. This is available globally. There are no restricted markets. Then next we've got the static. Now, the DeLorean static did not do so hot. It's doing a little bit better now, but for a long time, it was a dud. It stayed below the market price a lot longer than a whole lot of the items that come out. And I think it's just because people see the interactive ability of the small one and of the ultra rare, and then it kind of makes the static like a consolation prize, like half of a dud for those who did not get the interactive. But I think that this static is going to do better. And reason being, there's less of them. We have 6,666. And I think this is better than having nothing. Higher list price, it's $80. I believe the static on the DeLorean was $59.99. So this one's a little bit higher in price and there's less of them. So it may do a little bit better and you can just look at it. Sometimes you just got to look at it. So there we have it, first appearance. And the static, the other difference is it's rare. So the previous one was uncommon, or was it rare? No, it was rare. It's the same there, same rating. And then we have the piece de resistance. We have the one-to-one interactive. Now let's look at the numbers on this. Here we have it. It's $120, so it's more expensive. It's $40 more, 30 or 40 more than what the DeLorean was. And there are only 4,444 first appearance. Now, in my opinion, this thing is going to sell out in a tenth of a second. And I'm thinking that there might be a chance that, I don't know, a slim chance of getting one, slim to none, maybe. With as many as users that we have now, I see this selling out as quickly as all of the other ultra rares. And what you need to do is look back on the other drops and see how many ultra rares there were, and knowing how quickly they sold out, it should give us an idea here of how fast this will sell out. This one I think is going to get a lot of pressure because we have more users. We have more people that are going to go after it. And I think the value is going to be a lot higher. After watching what happened with Ghost Trap, I think this one is really going to be a hit. My prediction is a 10x on the market. I'm thinking that once this drop is done, you're going to see these flying for over 1,000 gems on the market. That's my prediction. And what generally happens is we kind of see the price. Here's what happened on the ultra rare DeLorean. We came out of the box. It sold at, say, $89. And then we get to eBay. It started at $900. It kept going up. It peaked at $1,200, people. And the first day, it sunk down to about $600. And then after that, it did this until it settled at $200. So that was your DeLorean. Let's just put that. Here was your list price. Here was your peak at $1,200. And then the settled down price right now is around $200 and change. Okay. So for a while, we were able to sell quite a few of those at greater than $200. I think I had, I didn't sell any, but a lot of people were selling them right here in this range. And then after it tipped off, it just tailed off after that. I think I picked up maybe one or two on the market down here after the prices settled down, because I ended up with 5 complete sets of all of the DeLoreans. So I have 5 ultra rare, I have 5 rare, and then I have 28 of the commons. And I'm betting on the fact that they're going to turn on the drivability with the common again. So I'm just taking a chance. And when you take a chance on the long shot, you give yourself the best chance of getting the big fat gains. So it might not happen, but when you're betting on the ones that everyone also thinks is going to go super high, you lessen your chances of bagging a 10x or a 20x gain, okay? So sometimes you got to go against the grain, all right? So there you have the statistics and the graph that we saw happen on the DeLorean. So back to the Ecto. What I'm thinking is this. There's 2 ways to go about this. You could try for the ultra rare and then immediately back off. Now, one thing that you're going to want to do when you get on here is load the clock.io so you can have the exact time. And I'm going to use clock.io, even though they are going to have a countdown timer. I don't trust that timer. I'm not sure if that timer is going to be accurate across all devices and in all regions. So let's say here's your little buy button, right? What I'm going to do is the pre-buy button hold trick. And I got this trick as it was taught from VeVe Vault. Shout out to Chris.
Woo!
So here is your buy now. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press the button 10 seconds before, where we're going to press it and hold down, okay? Hold it down, and as soon as 3, 2, 1, boom, let up on it, and then it will send off the signal for the purchase. So I'm going to try that out. And if that does not work, I'm going to immediately go for the rare. Now, the next way that you could go about this is saying, hey, since the chances are 1 in 1,000 of getting this ultra rare, start out with the rare. And the reason being, I think the rare is going to sell out within seconds. I really do. And it's because of these numbers. Oh, that's the static. There we go. 6,666. So you may have a better chance of going in first for the rare. And then maybe if you get a rare, maybe you could do some flipping and grab you an ultra rare. Now, if you got a pile of gems on hand, you can wait for the market to peak. And then once people are satisfied playing with this, some people will buy it and want to flip. And they're going to get rid of it. So after they're done playing with it, the price is going to dip down. Maybe you can buy it on the dip and wait for it to go back up and sell it again and score you some gems. Or just keep it. So I might go for the rare first, and then I will save the common for last. Now, if the common ends up selling out, that's okay, because I know I'm going to be able to get it on the market probably below 40 gems. And even if it's, say, 50 gems or 60 gems, that's still not bad. So that's a good consolation prize, and I wouldn't mind paying 60, and at least I come away with something. All right? So, all in all, the review. I think that the common interactive will hold its value better than the DeLorean, because we have roughly 6,801 less than what we had with the common DeLorean. And the price is a little higher. And I think this is a cooler edition because it's retro. That's my prediction. My other prediction is that the ultra rare will be gone within 1/10 of a second, and we will see the rare go in probably 1 to 2 seconds. That's what I think. I want to know what you think about how fast these will sell out. I think it's pretty much a consensus. We all would agree that the interactive is going to be gone immediately, and your chances are slim to none. What do you think is going to happen on the rare? Post it in the comments. What do you think is going to happen with the common? How long do you think before this sells out? My prediction is that this will sell out in less than an hour, maybe a half an hour. There's not enough of these that it's just going to sit on this app for more than a day. I don't think this is going to be like the Batman. I really don't. But it could last a whole day. I'm going to go with an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours tops, but it could go for a day. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on how long this 1 to 6 will last. Also, post your strategy and let me know which one you're going to go for first. And if you're willing to bust off 1,000 gems to get one of these interactive ultra rares on the market, I want to know. I'd love to hear it. And then if you have any other tips that you'd like to throw in, put it in the comments. And let's just remember all of the basic tips, which is save all of these in your favorites by ticking the little bookmark. And then when you pull up the app, you can have them in your collection beforehand and go straight for the one that you're waiting for, because the buy button will already be there since the recent update. Something else I might mention, you cannot get these anymore using an Android emulator. It does not work. They have finally somehow shut off the capability of you accessing the VeVe app using an Android emulator. An Android emulator is something that pretends to be a phone, but it's on a desktop computer. And what people were doing was opening up, say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 emulator windows on the computer screen, and then clicking buy straight down the line to hoard up as many as you can, because people were getting multiple accounts. Well, they've gotten rid of that capability altogether. The next thing that they've done, they've added a CAPTCHA, so you can no longer write a script. A bot is not going to be able to get this because you're going to have to click the little puzzle. You're going to have to choose, it'll have the little grid with the squares, something like this. Like you'll have, let's just make a grid out of this. You're going to have squares like this, okay? Here's our little grid. We'll make 3. And what they're going to tell you is to click all the squares that have, say, in this picture, click all the squares that have the Ghostbuster logo. That's the CAPTCHA. So you're going to go in here and you're going to click this square because that's got the Ghostbuster logo. And they're going to know you're a human. And then you'll be able to complete the purchase. You will have 90 seconds to go from the buy it now to the reserve item, completing the CAPTCHA, and then purchasing your item. Load up your gems beforehand. If you're loading up gems when the drop happens, you will get nothing. Also, open up the app 2 hours before and be waiting for it. Turn off your screensaver on your phone. Don't let anything interrupt. Turn your phone ringer off. Minimize all interruptions. Get on a good Wi-Fi signal. And if you're not on Wi-Fi, you better be under a good 5G or 4G or whatever you can. Be under a good signal, because the slightest little bit of delay is going to mean the difference between you landing one of these and ending up empty-handed. All right, so that's all I've got. Let's chop it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And then we'll come back this weekend. I'll let you know how I did, and we'll talk about the results and talk about the prices that we end up with. This is Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. Super excited to be back in the VeVe game. And once again, look for my full strategy video, Strategy 2.0, shifting gears to the next speed, because I'm ready and I've got a plan. Yay! That's all I've got. I'm out.